Friends, thank you for the opportunity. I can't see any of you, but good to see you all, and thanks for the opportunity. I'm going to start the speech with a transformation perspective that old keys cannot unlock new doors. This analogy can be applied to pretty much a lot of things that are happening today, but keeping in my particular passion, mentoring youth and young professionals towards future skills, I'm going to set the context, trying to emphasize the importance of reinventing themselves, especially when they get ready for future jobs. You all know today, only 50% of total graduates coming out of India have been employable. Only 30% of engineering graduates have the job readiness skills, and 15% of management graduates are ready to be employable. And imagine as industry starts adopting more technology, like artificial intelligence. I think you all heard about ChatGPT, what kind of wonders it can create. Robotics, intelligent automation, quantum computing. If you start seeing industries assimilating this, then it is going to trigger tons of changes in the future workforce needs. Right, friends? Imagine you are going to enter into a future workforce that is going to be totally driven or basically has a lot more complicated mesh driven by technology. So you will be wondering how I should be preparing for the future. How should I be preparing for the future of work? Is degree enough for me? What kind of skills should I develop? What kind of communications that I need to develop? Right? How do I improvise myself so that I'm aligned? More importantly, I have a successful career marathon. And that's exactly what I want to talk about today, friends. Right? Especially in the middle of digital revolution, this particular angle of approaching future of work with a new dimension is important. Okay, friends, believe it or not, the future is now, right? Whatever that you have been seeing, whatever that you've been seeing in the sci-fi movies, right, is becoming reality. If you remember the good old TV series, Star Trek, or if you remember the James Bond movies, or even our own Robo movie from Bollywood, where it is really becoming, whatever that you have seen in these movies have become a reality already, if not, the gadgets that they are used, right? And we have seen that and we are enjoying some of the gadgets already day to day. But the important thing here is, these gadgets are also changing both our personal life and also our work experiences. Okay? So let me try to articulate it in a way where how technology is not only giving us the comfort at our personal life through various apps and making our personal life easy, this millennial generation especially, you guys are enjoying a lot of things that we used to sweat a lot before, like watching your favorite movie stars movie first day, first show. I used to remember that I used to stand in long lines and sweat out and finally feel lucky to get a ticket. But you can do the same thing sitting in your living room. At a press of a button, you can find your favorite movie star's ticket. And more importantly, you can even find a favorite seat. And of course, you can also order a snack along with that. Voila, technology is really been at a convenient for a lot of the millennials today. But the important underlying truth that you need to understand is, technology is also changing the facet of future of work. The future of work requires a lot of different aspects and attributes of you that you may or may not necessarily thinking about today. The future of work may not simply demand you to have single skill sets. The future of work may not demand you to have just degrees. The future of work may not expect you to start in a job and retire in the same job for the next 40 years. The future of work is going to be a lot more complicated, and it requires a totally new version of you, a new you that is developed through new mindset and armed with new actions so that you can achieve the right results. And this is the reality, friends. You are at a cusp of a digital transformation that is demanding you to inculcate or develop this new mindset about how you are approaching future of work, and followed by a new set of actions to support that so that you are getting the right results aligning to the future of work. So in this example, in today's topic, for example, I'm going to really give you a couple of simple steps through 4 simple steps and through 4 simple stories so that you can start developing this new mindset and also arm yourself with new actions. Okay, the first story or the first step or first year I'm going to talk about is developing self-awareness through a Zen master story. Once upon a time, a student approaches a Zen master and says, Master, I want to become your disciple. And Zen master says, yes, you can be my disciple, but let me test you. And the Zen master basically says, go through the jungle, tell me about your observations, tell me what you heard. And he puts them a couple of tests. And the student does exactly the same thing. Every day he goes to the jungle and he observes the first day through his eyes, listens through his ears, feels through his hands, and he comes back with all these observations to the guru. But the guru basically says, sorry, they are not good enough. You need to go back and really listen hard. And this time the student goes back to the jungle, meditates upon, and starts connecting more to himself, and he becoming more self-aware. Friends, developing self-awareness is one of the foundational steps for your future skill readiness. It's important for you to understand your emotional style, your cognitive styles, your aptitude, and most importantly, your core values and your purpose. Right? Remember, if you don't know who you are, if you don't know what you are, how can you improvise and where you want to go? So it's important for you to really focus on attributes to improvise yourself. And what I'm asking you is, start learning more about your cognitive style. What is your natural learning style, for example? What is your natural thinking style? Emotional intelligence. How do you assert in a difficult situations? How do you respond in a difficult situations? How do you respond to adversity? What is your emotional quotient? This is going to be very critical for you in the future. Then the aptitude. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What comes to you morning 3 a.m. that you can jump up from the bed and you want to pursue this? Right? What is your natural strength? What is your natural weaknesses? And your blind spots. What are some of your blind spots that you want to address? What you don't know that others know, the perceptions that you are building while you are doing your stuff. Right? At the same time, what are some of the core values that you want to abide by, the lines that you don't want to cross? Right? And the purpose that you want to be driven and the motivators that you have to actually push yourself forward. It's important for you, for all the generation today, to actually take some time to reflect upon yourself. So what are my natural strengths? If you're engineering, college or medical, whoever student is, you really got to start knowing more about your natural self. And it is becoming an industry trait today. A lot of industry interviews are asking you to be more self-aware. And that is my first step for you here, friends, is be more self-aware. And the second step is be more industry aware. I'm giving you another simple example for you. Don't be a frog in the well. Okay, a frog comes from outside ocean into a well and it meets another frog inside the well. And inside the well, frog thinks the world is just limited to its well. And with due respect to a lot of students in the current generation, they're all thinking academia alone will get them a job. They are not able to understand the disconnect and the expectations from the ocean of industry. So it's time for them to start assimilating and understanding more with industry, like coming to a TED talk like this, doing practical work. And you need to really, for example, if you want to be a doctor, go and shadow a doctor from 8th class onwards. If you want to be an engineer, go sit with your dad or someone who is an engineer, understand what actually engineering is about. Similarly, if you want to be an IT professional, look at a common problem and see how you can produce a solution through a software program. So these are some of the things that will give you the real-time context for your studies. So you can learn Pythagoras theory and also learn how to apply the Pythagoras theory in the real world. And that is the kind of mindset the second day I am talking about. Be more industry aware. Don't be just a frog in the well. Right? And the third one is be adept and upskill. Right? And this is an important one. This is a very simple old story with the crow, modern crow versus the old crow. The modern crow figured out there is a McDonald's down the corner. It figured out there is a straw out there. It found the straw and started drinking water through the straw. Simple, right? So it found out how the environment is, and it found out the tools and the gadgets and found a way to solve the problem for itself. The same thing, future of work is demanding you to arm yourself with a lot of skills and competencies, covering your aptitude, covering your strength, covering your emotional intelligence. So it's important for you to look at these skills as foundational skills, which is the cognitive skills, the emotional intelligence skills, and the technological skills, and the specialized skills, where certifications and all. So you really need to see how I can make myself better at some of these skills. How do I leverage technology so that I can do my job better? Right? How do I build skills in such a way that can complement my strengths and also aligning to the industry? It's very rare you see people who are very successful because they are able to complement or even build upon the strengths. The Virat Kohlis, the PV Sindhus, they really found the natural strengths, are able to build on that. Similarly, it's time for you to really look at step A, aware about yourself. Step B, be more aware of industry. Step 3, start building skills aligned with the industry, aligned with yourself, and that will actually make you successful in the future, starting with your cognitive skills, which includes problem solving skills, critical thinking skills, creativity skills, and I can go on. There are a lot of new skills that you may be already doing unknowingly, but you need to exercise them very specifically, how to go about doing this, applying these skills. And the last step about 4A is having the right attitude to adapt, friends, right? This is a very important thing. Whenever there are two things, change and adaptability. Whenever a change comes, what people think, hey, change is coming, I'm going to run away, or I'm going to punt it or deflect it, right? This is a three fish story we all know. One fish here, if something going to happen, fisherman is going to come, and they're going to basically take over everybody, things like that. And the first fish goes and tells the second and third fish. Second fish says, I don't care, I'm going to hide. And third fish says, I don't think any change is coming. You know what happens to the second and third fish? They end up get stuck in their comfort zones, and you know what happens to them. But the first fish jumps from the old pond to new pond because it saw the change as an opportunity for it to move from one place to other place, right? So it's important for you to actually look at this technological revolution as an opportunity. Be something that, test something that you wanted to test, right? And be boldly approach the change by looking at the positivity the change is going to bring. And at the same time, the adaptability, fortitude is what I'm talking about here, is the ability to really adjust to the situation. Even though there are ups and downs, you have the fortitude to continue forward. With my favorite quote, Bruce Lee said, be water, my friend, become water, my friend, where we are basically saying, don't just take a form and be there, adapt based on the situation around you. So with that, what I want to summarize is, the time is now to transform yourself to the new you. Remember, trying to do the same old thing and expecting different results is called insanity. It's time for you to do something different right from childhood. How you learn, how you apply knowledge, how you plug in with the industry, how do you more self-aware, right? How do you upskill, and how do you develop this positive attitude to adapt yourself? It's time for you to change and become the improvised version of you so that you become the key to unlock any door to the future horizons. Thank you very much. Good luck all. Thank you.